So guys, this may offend you, so take me as an example. Suppose one day, me and my family goes for a camping in a forest, but suddenly, two gunmen came there and they kill my whole family including me, just only for fun. How did I feel? How did you feel? So today's movie is all about it. As the film starts, we are shown a family. They were on a beach. There was a total of 4 people in that family: a husband, wife, their elder daughter, and a younger son. The name of their younger son was Ollie. Ollie's sister comes to her father. He was cooking dinner. At night, they talk after having dinner and then they sleep in their tent. The next day, Ollie's parents were taking him somewhere. They also asked Ollie's sister to come with them. On it, Ollie's sister says that I'm not going, I will stay here. As they move from there, their daughter stops them to click a picture of them. Then the husband and wife go from there with Ollie. When they leave, their daughter was alone there. Then that girl feels someone's presence there. She sees around her. Because she was alone, she feels scared. That's why she goes and sits in her car. After some time, a car stops behind their car. A man comes out of that car, whose name was German. There was one more man with German, who also comes out of the car. The name of that man was Choke. Ollie's sister was sleeping in her car. They both men see that girl. German says to Choke, let's take her with us while lifting her. On it, Choke says that you have done the same last time and you will go to jail then. German says that I'm embarrassed about that mistake and I have learned from that mistake. German says that I will take that girl with me. This time, Choke agrees with him. Then they move to their tent to check that who else is with that girl. Ollie's sister wakes up in the car. She sees Choke standing outside the car. She says in anger to him to stay away from my car. Hearing it, Choke moves away from her car, but he again moves forward. Seeing it, Ollie's sister presses the horn of the car. German and her parents also hear the sound of this horn. German comes to know that girl awakens. That's why he moves to her car. Ollie's father goes to check on his daughter. German takes out the gun from his car. He asks Ollie's sister to come out of the car at gunpoint. Then Ollie's sister comes out while fearing. Meanwhile, her father also comes there to save her life. They beat him and make him faint. Ollie's mother leaves him in the tent and moves to them. After coming there, Ollie's mother attacks them. Seeing it, their daughter, after getting a chance, runs from there while saving her life. But while firing, German stops her. Then he points a gun at Ollie's mother and says that if you run, then your mother will be killed. Hearing it, Ollie's sister stops. Then they tied the hands and mouths of those 3. After it, they were taking that family somewhere in the forest. Choke was checking the mobile of Ollie's sister while sitting at a place. Choke sees their family pictures. He also sees Ollie in the pictures. Due to it, he comes to know that there is a small boy also with this family who is missing and not there. Choke also shows that picture to German. Then he asks Ollie's mother about him, that where is he? But Ollie's mother wasn't telling them anything. They start torturing the whole family. They tied them with the separate trees. German places a beer can on the head of Ollie's father. Then Choke points to that beer can. Ollie's father was shivering with fear. Due to it, that beer can falls down. German again places that beer can. Choke again points that beer can. Ollie's father was again shivering with fear. That beer can again falls down. But this time in anger, Choke shoots his head. They do the same with Ollie's mother. They place a beer can on her head. This time, except for Choke, German points her. In the end, German shoots Ollie's mother. But going from there, they shoot Ollie's sister and kills her. To take Ollie, they go to their tent. But Ollie wasn't in the tent. He goes somewhere while crying. Then after 3 days, a couple come to that beach. They see that place is beautiful. That's why they were happy. They were standing at a distance from Ollie's tent. After some time, they also put their tent there. Actually, they were newly married. They come here to spend their time. In that couple, the name of the girl was Sam. Sam was sitting alone. Sam looks at their tent. Sam sees that there is also a family which will be there in some time. How she would know that whole family was killed? Sam's husband was collecting woods for fire. During this, he finds a cap of a small boy there. As the night falls, Sam and her husband set the wood on fire. They start talking to each other. The next morning, when Sam wakes up, she again looks at their tent. She was thinking that the family that was living there have returned now. To check, she moves forward to the tent. Seeing inside the tent, she calls her husband there. She shows her husband while opening the tent. She says to him that there is something happened. Because the things were not arranged in their tent, they decided to inform the police about it. But the tire of their car was punctured. Then Sam's husband changes the tire of the car. But then he hears the shouting voice of Sam. He runs towards Sam. Sam shows her husband Ollie was lying on the ground, and they have made Ollie's condition worse. Sam's husband checks and he comes to know that Ollie is alive. They left Ollie and they were living from there. After it, they decide that they will search for the parents of that baby. They were about to leave. Meanwhile, Choke arrives there. They also show Ollie to Choke. Because they have placed Ollie in the car, they ask for help from Choke to bring Ollie hospital as soon as possible. On it, Choke makes them understand that don't worry, his parents will be around us. Maybe they were in any trouble. We will search for them soon. Sam's husband says to Choke that if his parents are in trouble, we should help them. Then Choke takes the gun from his car. After it, Choke and Sam's husband go from there to find the parents of that kid. To take care of Ollie, Sam was alone there. After it, Sam goes and sits in the car. There Sam finds a knife. Sam sees that baby was sleeping in the car calmly. We see that Choke takes Sam's husband to that place where they killed and tortured that family. Choke sees that there wasn't the dead body of Ollie's mother. Due to it, he gets shocked because he knows that if Ollie's mother is not there, it means she is alive. Sam's husband asks Choke to move from there immediately to inform the police about it. On it, Choke says that Ollie's mother is alive. We should search for her. Then they search Ollie's mother and soon they find her. Sam's husband goes near Ollie's mother while seeing her condition. She has some breaths. But then Choke shoots and kills her. Seeing it, Sam's husband gets scared. On it, Choke says, "What happened? Why are you scared? I was thinking that you are brave." Sam's husband asks him with fear that will you kill me while shooting? On it, Choke says that no, not at all. I will not give you an easy death. I will make your condition worse. I will kill you while giving you pain. Hearing it, Sam's husband gets more scared. Then Choke comes near to Sam's husband. He says him to stand up from here and hurry up, leave from here. But Sam's husband runs from there while pushing Choke. Choke also runs behind him. On the other side, German comes to Sam and Sam tells him everything. Hearing all this, German takes out his gun from the car. After seeing a gun in his hand, Sam gets scared. She immediately goes and sits in her car. German comes there and asks Sam to come out of the car. When Sam did not come out, German breaks the mirror of the car. He himself tries to open the door. Meanwhile, Sam cuts the hand of German with that knife. Due to it, German gets wound and he tries to stop his blood. Then after getting a chance, Sam runs from there with Ollie. When German sees Sam is running, he sends his dog behind Sam. While running, Sam's husband hides at a place. Choke was also around there and searching for him. Then suddenly, Choke sees someone is running. He shoots in that direction. Now, Choke moves that place where someone was running and where he shoots the bullet. Coming there, Choke sees that he shoots the bullet on none other than German. He was shouting with pain because of the bullet. Choke was apologizing for German because of shooting the fire. Meanwhile, he listened to the crying voice of Ollie. Then Choke sees Sam's. He slowly comes toward her and holds her. Choke comes to German while pointing a gun at Sam. He takes Ollie from Sam and lays him down on the ground. Then Choke shoots German and kills him. Because of the bullet, German was in pain and Choke cannot see him in pain. Choke was leaving from there while making Sam sits in the car. But Sam shakes the steering of the car with power. Due to this, the balance of the car disturbs. That car collapses with a tree. On the other side, Sam's husband has taken the police there. The police were moving to the car of Choke, but Choke starts firing on them from a far distance. Then Sam's husband, seeing this, immediately starts his car, but Choke shoots fire on his arm. Then Choke makes them prisoner, both husband and wife, in the car of the police. Sam was driving that car. Choke was sitting behind them with a gun. Choke wants to run from there, but Sam, while driving at high speed, tries to turn him. Due to it, the car turns and again collapses. The three were injured because of it. Among them, Choke comes out from the car, who was badly injured. After it, Sam comes out of the car. She crashes Choke's head with a stone. After it, Sam opens her eyes in a hospital. Sam stands up from there and comes to her husband, because her husband was in the same hospital and he survived, but he was injured. Now Sam thinks about Ollie. Ollie also survived. He was saved by the dog of the German. Sam thinks that she will adopt Ollie. And this is the end of this movie. Now I will see you soon in the next video with the explanation of some awesome movies. Till then, bye bye.